Tashidale, I'm Rashmi Gazare. My question for you is, how does one reconcile science and religion, logic and faith in today's world? Because the education is divided into scientific education and religion is relegated to personal area. So how does one reconcile that?
Asking how to reconcile. Hello. Are you asking about how to reconcile science?
Faith. As far as I notice, the theistic religion much sort of emphasis faith, not much use as a reason, logic. See, many of my friends, wonderful Jews, follower of Judaism, and a wonderful Christian, a wonderful Muslim, so on. Really wonderful. But when we discuss, the sort of main sort of also the concept is the God told us, you should do this, you should not do this. So mainly based on faith. In this country, India, over 3,000-4,000 years, I think already developed, investigate what is matter, and make distinction, appearances and reality. So true truth, that concept already in, I think, more than 3,000-year-old Sankhya philosophy also is mentioned appearances and the reality.
In Indian language, Sanskrit, Samvriti Satya and Paramat Satya.
So
these two truths.
One truth, one reality on the appearances. One reality, deeper level. So in order to understand the deeper reality, you need sort of investigation. Should not satisfy or content just appearances, must go deeper. So the concept of vipassana, analytical meditation. And then in order to carry analytical meditation more effectively, your mind must sort of channelize. Today's sort of mind much sort of scattered. And also, you see, our main mind almost like the slave of our sensorial experiences. Now, this must sort of change. Our main mind, that we call meditation now. Try to strengthening the main mind. The sensorial experiences, yes, appears here, but your main mind not pay attention to these things, but main mind and certain particular sort of object. That's we call shamatha, single-pointed meditation. Then, you see, investigate what's the reality. So, the appearances, one level, then deeper level, reality, that's important. Obviously, most of our destructive emotion you see, very much based on appearances. So real effective sort of antidote that go deeper level. As I think some way already, you see, I mentioned, you see, the appearances, there are differences. The deeper level, we are same human being. So like that, you see. So the most is our concept, we, I, we, you see, on the level of appearances. Deeper level, we all same human being. Similarly, like that, you see. So they try to, the way or method to reach deeper level reality, that's vipassana. Shamatha and vipassana. Before Buddha come. In this country, over 3,000 years, already these practice there. So then, in order to know the mental sort of function, you have to study about system of our mind or emotion. So therefore, I think this country really, over 3,000 years, already is developed the investigation. Then, now quantum physics, they say the external thing appears something there, but if you investigate a particle, then finally, kasata, quarks, like atoms, quarks, and further investigate, nothing there. So quantum physicists, they already now understand nothing exists, external thing, nothing exists as appears. Appearance, there is something solid. But if you investigate an atom level, the quark level, then nothing. So then, now quantum physicists, they say the observer, so long observer there, things are there. When no longer observer, then things very difficult to say exist. So this exactly in Nalanda tradition, Chitta Mantra mentioned that. So now in India, now the investigation, then the scientists, now quantum physicists, not yet developed to investigate where is self. Now in this country, over 3,000 years, is already developed where is self. And then you Indian, before Buddha come, you found Atma. Then Buddha come, no Atma. So Anatma theory. So these are, I think, the result of investigate where is self. Firstly, is nothing exists as appears, number one. Then where is observer? Investigate. Then they say there is Atma. Then Buddha say, even Atma, if you investigate where is Atma, because separately exist besides this body and mind, impossible. That Atma, something permanent, never changing, that theory difficult. So therefore, Buddha concluded self is just a mere designation or the combination of body and mind. So now here say shunyata. Now the concept of shunyata within Buddhist philosopher, many different views. What is the emptiness? What is shunyata? So a lot of sort of discussions, a lot of debate among the Nalanda masters. Many books, you see, wrote, discuss where is Atma, or what's the meaning of emptiness. All these really wonderful. So these are your tradition, not a Tibetan tradition. We Tibetan, you see, the cool climate, and you see our life like nomad. We are quite expert how to kill animal. Just nomad. Then we sort of, I think, we quite sort of expert to make sword, sword and spear. Then around the 7th century, Buddhism, interest about Buddhism, Buddha Dharma, Buddhism come. Mainly marriage with Chinese princess. Then mainly 8th century, the Tibetan emperor then really feel more serious. So he not satisfied just learning from Chinese Buddhist, but he invited from Nalanda, Shantarakshita. So he introduced Buddha Dharma. So like that. So therefore, all these, I think, ancient Indian knowledge about mind is now should consider universal knowledge. So different part of the world, I think worthwhile pay some attention about psychology, and in order to learn, use logic, not just sort of believe. Study. Why? The logical approach, whenever we heard something, the first reaction is why, how. That's important. Not relying on the person. So we should not act like yes minister. Isn't it? Once the television shows yes minister, whatever someone will say, yes. We should not act like yes minister. Whenever we sort of come across something, we always remain more skeptical. Then develop question why. Then further investigate. Next question.
Please ask. Question?
Oh, yes.
My name's Lenny. I'm from Australia, but I live in New Delhi. And my question is, what advice would you give yourself when you were my age?
Kasa. Like, you see, how old? What is that? 8 years. Oh, at that time, you see, I think, one naughty boy. I never sort of showing interest to study. Only thing is play, and run here and there, like that. So one day, my tutor, he told me, he noticed my shoe outside the room where we study. He saw that shoe.
No.
Yes. It looks the pet called Shivich thought the Jason. Bad resum or Hambo the pet also Shivich had chas.
So His Holiness's teacher saw his shoes, which are sewed actually, and all the stitchings have come off. And so that was what he told His Holiness.
So my, you see, one shoe I think made by Kasoda. Kube?
No,
Kube
sewed.
Oh. So in any way, you see, he told me later, at that time, the Dalai Lama's shoe, you see, really, Kasoda, shows too much sort of running and sort of, what's the Kasoda, in mud or in water, you see, go like that. He noticed that. He later, he told me, so when I was young, you see, I have no interest for study. And very lazy, really very lazy. Because I'm quite lazy, so my tutor kept one whip. At that time, my brother also used to study with me. So you see, two whips. One whip, ordinary whip, one whip, yellow whip. So that yellow whip, suppose holy whip. So holy whip to punish the holy person, Dalai Lama. So at that time, I acting like truly holy. There's no use holy whip because I'm quite sort of Kasoda,
Smart.
Naughty and no interest for study. So that whip always keep beside my tutor. So my study, no enthusiasm, no sort of interest, but out of little fear, I carried this study. Now gradually I realize all this knowledge I learned with great reluctance. Now I found very useful, like that. So, what subject do you feel some interest? And what do you want to be, what field or profession field?
I want to be a dance teacher.
Kasa.
Dance like in the chair.
Very good. Very good. But I think seriously, I usually is describing generation of 20th century, generation of 21st century. Myself belongs to generation of 20th century. That already gone. Now, 21st century at the beginning. So 21st century, your century is, you are generation of 21st century. Now please, you think more seriously, what happened in 20th century? I think a lot of killing, a lot of suffering. According some historian, around 200 millions of people killed through violence. First World War, Second World War, Korean War, Vietnam War, and then including civil war in the former Soviet Union, and then China also. And then now today is in Africa and the Middle East, still too much killing. And the worst thing is in the name of religion, name of faith, killing. Terrible. So in that sort of circumstances, I think India's tradition, religious harmony in this country, all major world religious traditions live together. Mutually respect. And in 1,000 years, as some heated debate or discussions among the scholars, but never used this. Remain as a spiritual brothers, sisters, and intellectually debate, question and answer. But I think India is the only nation where all major world religious traditions live together. In Delhi, the capital, the Muslim mosque there, and what's the Jews,
Synagogue.
the Jews was a temple also there. And then of course Christian church there, and then Jain church, Jain temple, Gurdwara, all major religious traditions, you see, temple in Delhi. Like that, in many parts of India, you see different sort of spiritual traditions there. Recently, I saw one newspaper,
Punjab.
In Punjab, one place, the local population, the Hindu, about 4,000, and Christian, Sikhs also around 4,000. Then Muslim, only 400. But then the local people helped to build a mosque for 400 Muslims. That's India. Then also I feel the follower of Zorazuddin in Bombay, Parsi. Bombay, big city. In Zorazuddin, a follower of Zorazuddin, less than 100,000. But no fear. Very peaceful. I think in Bombay, big city, I think several millions of Christians, several millions of Hindus, but no fear. So India's 1,000-year-old tradition of religious harmony, I think should be more actively show the rest of the world, particularly in the Middle East nowadays. I think religious harmony is possible. Now this country is a religious harmony over 2,000-3,000 years, religious harmony there. So that also I think the very concept of ahimsa. Ahimsa must go with karuna. So these Indian tradition, I think, very practical, very useful. So modern Indian, you forget these things, to just admire Western materialistic life and copy that. I think, yes, materialistic life, and with that materialistic sort of oriented education is very important, including science, technology, economy, and everything. But meantime, ancient Indian sort of knowledge how to develop peace of mind, and mind becoming more because of the realistic and more because of the wider perspective.
No.
That's very important. Next question? Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, now.
Hello, my name is Kai Sinan Özbek, and I'm doing a Tushita course right now, and I'm wondering about something. His Holiness, please do not get me wrong. Please don't I don't want to judge or offend you or anyone. You were talking the past few days quite a lot about every sentient being has the right to be happy. Every sentient being should be free from suffering. We know that baby cows get taken away so they can get more milk from the mother. Chickens are in small little cages, and almost all the males get killed straight after birth, only because they don't produce eggs. I think these days it's really important to make people aware of it. I believe Buddhist community, with their compassion to all sentient beings, could be a big part of it. I believe you have a lot of influence. I would like to hear your opinion about it.
Could we?
Could you come here? Could you stand up and come here?
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit nervous.
Okay. Too long. What's the main point? What is it? Now we Tibetan, the follower of Buddha Dharma, main practice is compassion. But most of Tibetan are non-vegetarian. Traditionally, as I mentioned earlier, northern part of Tibet, no vegetable, no fruit. So only animal product. But now in India, a lot of vegetable, fruits. So all our monastic institutions in India, their common kitchen always serve vegetarian food. Since I think now last
10, 15 years.
Almost I think 2 decades like that. And then Tibetan settlement, right from the beginning, we not accept any help for fishery, for poultry, and then
Big farm.
piggery like that. Right from the beginning, we not accept any help. So all Tibetan settlement, mainly in South India, is no poultry, no fishery, nothing. And the individual Tibetan, if they prefer some non-vegetarian food, that's up to them. Okay. So we try to promote vegetarianism. It's very important. Now, world level, I think too much sort of use fish. Those people who are fishing, no sense of feeding these small fish, moving with feeling, with mind. And then beef farm, poultry. I think there are people and also some NGO, they're really trying to promote vegetarianism. Wonderful. I think we should sort of make some effort for promotion of vegetarianism. As far as sort of vegetarian food is concerned, Indian vegetarian are very tasteful, very good. The Chinese vegetarian food, not that much tasteful. But non-vegetarian food is concerned, the Chinese food is much better than Indian food. So your question is very good. Now, you see, I think really worthwhile to promote vegetarianism. And then I always say, telling people, expressing, and how we, all these killing, not by boxing, but by gun. So we we have to make effort to reduce selling weapon, including these big nations. Eventually, I think our aim should be a demilitarized world. It takes time. But I think we can argue. Through weapon, you may solve some problem, but it creates ill feeling. The other side who defeated by force, ill feeling increasing. So through violence, counter-violence, no end. You know, I love American as a most important leading nation of free world. So when we become very close friend with President Bush,
George W. Bush Jr.
Bush. From first meeting, we become very close friend. So I usually, you see, they always love the human level. Not much concern about a president or some other religious leader. I don't care. The human being, human level. So on that level, the President Bush, I love. He acting like a human being. But some officials acting like a statue. Each word very careful. Like that. President Bush, not like that. So since my first meeting, we even immediately become friends. So therefore, after Iraq crisis, I wrote a letter to him. Firstly,
September 11.
September 11th tragedy in New York, and also some extent in Washington. I express, while my expression of condolence and prayer, I also mentioned, I hope this problem, you see, this tragedy should deal through non-violent way. I express. The 11th that happened, 12th I wrote that letter. Then of course, you see, eventually Iraq crisis happened. So after that, another occasion, our meeting, then I told him, I love you, I respect you. However, some of your policy is concerned, I have much reservation. And he smiled. So like that, I know that person. I think wonderful person. But then, I think goal also, I think purpose, bring democracy in Iraq. Good. But then, you see, he used violence or force. So that, I think, creates a lot of problem. I think attitude from is Muslim world, I think something changed. That one Muslim friend, he told me that, like that. So, violent method, always negative consequences. So any problem among we human brothers, sisters, the only way to solve that, human way, meet, talk, and respect their interest, their view. So only dialogue, through dialogue, any problem we can solve through dialogue. So I usually describing this century should be century of dialogue. Because so long we human beings remain there, some kind of differences always there. So different interests always there. Then about some sort of danger, create some problem, then talk through dialogue. So this century should be century of dialogue in order to achieve peaceful century. Peaceful century cannot achieve through prayer. I am Buddhist, I pray to Buddha, but I have no faith. Peace will bring by Buddha. I don't believe that. So similarly, God, I don't think, have the power to bring peace. And then also you see, Allah, I don't think. So over 3,000 years, the followers always pray. Nothing happened. So therefore, I think if we have the opportunity meeting Buddha, Jesus Christ, or Muhammad, if asked, please bring peace on this planet, I think they may say, who created violence? Not God, not Buddha, why we human beings? So we have the responsibility, you see, to reduce this violence. So I think ancient, although you see violence, I think a concept of, war is, I think, part of human history. And then I think very concept of war, I feel, is war means mobilize several people and carrying violence. That's a war. So that I feel very much related with feudal system. One leader, king or queen or religious leader, they give order, mobilize, I think several hundred or thousand, and then kill the other side. So I feel the very concept of war is related with feudal system. So now today, we totally sort of also they follow or practice democracy. So ruler of the country is people, not few individuals. So in feudal system, few individuals give order. I think if you see those soldiers, 1,000 soldiers, if you ask, you really willing to sacrifice your own life? I think answer may be, I don't want, you see, this fight, I think. But so-called order, or religious leader, or king, or martial order. So I think the very concept of war is, I think, outdated. And practical level also cannot solve through force. Force now, in modern sense, with weapon. So we should think more seriously, step by step, is how to reduce. They produce weapon, selling weapon. Then eventually this world should be demilitarized world, I really feel. Of course, take time, and we need constant effort through education. All this, I feel, now my next meeting with the Thai monk. So, thank you. I consider all of you as a part of 7 billion human beings. I myself also consider one of the 7 billion human beings. Essentially, even according to theistic religion, we all are the creation of God. God like our Father. And what kind of that Father is infinite love. So, since we, according to theistic religion, since we all children of that kind of God, so we should be more compassionate person. Okay. And then non-theistic religion, such as Jain tradition, Buddhist tradition, and so on, say future of oneself depend on our own sort of way of life. So if you carry your life more harmful to other, you have to face negative consequences. Day-to-day life, if possible, helping them. If not, resisting, harming them. That's meaningful life. So you carry more peaceful, meaningful life. You get happy life, isn't it? And you should not become slave of anger. We should be master to control our anger, not through prayer, but use our reason. Anger always, I think, some of you, I think, listened to my teaching. Then it clearly mentioned anger only sort of bring unhappy
state of mind.
Disturbed mind. The counterforce of anger also biologically we already equipped. That's human loving kindness. That now we can through reasoning, and we get more conviction. The conviction brings enthusiasm. Through enthusiasm, then familiarize these things. Then compassionate mind become part of your mind, your life. Then you become a very peaceful, very happy person. One individual, then share with your friend. And then each friend, again you see, share their friend. That means from one person, 10 person, from 10 person, 100 person, from 100 person, 1,000 person. That's the way to create more compassionate society. So finally, compassionate humanity. Then I think it is possible, as I mentioned earlier, now 21st century, so we have world information easily reach each other. So therefore, I think these modern technology very useful now should be used for promotion of compassion, sense of oneness of humanity. Okay. So, my brothers, sisters, please think more seriously, and then each of you have sort of opportunity to make some contribution for better humanity, better world. Thank you.
Make way in the middle, please. Make way.